Before we start off today's video, if you guys would like to join my Discord server, link will be in the description and they will also be in that pinned comment. If it's been more than 7 days, please use the latest video as that's the one that will be working because they only last 7 days. But anyway, let's get right into the video. What's up guys? Today, I've indeed, I've brought you the Suzuki S-Cross. Yay! I bet you're all thinking. But anyway, this is just your average car, really. So let's have a look, really. I mean, it's a Suzuki, it's hybrids, it's reliable, it's a crossover SUV thing. What do you want me to say, honestly? But anyway, because I can't actually say anything about this because it is just, you know, an average car and I can't really say anything off the top of my head, I have to use whatever's shown to actually say something. So the quicker we get there, the better. But oh god, we still got that intro song to do. Oh, hit it! Alright, so the exterior. Well, of course, you know, it's not going to be a super stylish car. I mean, it is bland, no doubt. I mean, if you look at the front, I mean, yeah, the grille does look somewhat aggressive because of its pattern, but the rest of it just isn't much, really. I mean, there are bits and bobs everywhere, but something I will say is that it does add a little, how do I put this, little design flares in some places. Like, for example, the lights, they do actually, you know, it just looks like a cool effect, sort of. And then you've got a silver strip that goes across the grille, and in the center is the Suzuki badge, and of course that grille I mentioned itself. The side profile, well, the side is probably its worst angle because it is just an average car at the end of the day, so I can't really say much about it, to be honest with you. And the rear, again, it is kind of dull, but it does kind of have the same format as the front. So you've got quite a cool light design, and then you've got a bar that goes straight across and the Suzuki badge right in the middle. Obviously there's no grille here because, well, you know, it's not a 911. But you know what, as bland as it is, I mean, yeah, it's bland. You don't expect it to be stylish. I mean, yeah, I mean, like the Nissan Juke, I mean, it's stylish, but it just looks awful. This, I mean, it doesn't look awful, it just looks bland, let's put it like that. But it does have its design cues here and there, and technically, you know, this is not a car enthusiast car. You know, you don't need it to look like a Ferrari, so it's not the worst thing that it looks so bland, I'm just saying that it does. When it comes to the interior, again, similarly, it's the same situation. You know, everything's just where you expect it to be. Like, the infotainment screen is fine, you know, steering wheel is normal, and you got your gear stick and your, you know, gear lever, I'm not American, and you obviously got your climate control stuff. They do look a little low, but I have seen lower, so I can't complain too much about it. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's just in places you expect them to be, so, you know, that's actually one good design. But the rest of it is just, you know, it's just a bit plain. But, you know, like the exterior, you don't really expect it to, you know, have, I don't know, red accents everywhere and have soft touch materials, you know, in every nook and cranny of this place. And it's not the most expensive thing either, so this is, you know, it's alright for your average person who's going to take the kids to school and just go to work and maybe go to the hospital. When it comes to the performance, well, like the Ignis that I reviewed, it's a bit complicated. So hashtag Suzuki is complicated. So we have a 1.4 litre inline 4-cylinder with a turbo. This is a mild hybrid, basically just a beefier starter motor that helps the engine along at lower speeds and, you know, all of that. It has 127 horsepower and 173 pound-feet of torque. Sorry that it has an extra line, it's just, you know, a lot to write in. This one does come in front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive option. It weighs 1,235 kilograms if you get the front-wheel drive manual, and because there's, like, you know, automatics and manuals, they each have like a four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, manual, automatic. It's so complicated. So if you get an automatic or four-wheel drive or whatever plus, it's 1,300 kilograms onwards. 0 to 60 full manual is 9.2 seconds, also for the front wheel drive version, and the top speed is 121 miles an hour for all of, the circumstances. So this one is a proper full hybrid. This is a 1.5 litre inline 4-cylinder, no turbo at all. This is a self-charging hybrid. 113 horsepower and 102 pound-feet of torque. Again, this one comes in front wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. It weighs 1,308 kilograms for the front wheel drive version, but if you got 4-wheel drives they do weigh a lot more, as shown by 1,378 kilograms. This engine only comes with a 6-speed automatic. Thank God it's not a CVT, I hate those. 0 to 60 is 12.3 seconds for the front wheel drive, but the top speed does remain at 108 miles an hour for, well, every circumstance that you get. When it comes to the practicality, well, the boot is 430 litres big. Now that is the mild hybrid one, so 430 litres is not too bad for this kind of car. However, if you do get the full hybrid, it is reduced to 293 litres because the battery pack is placed under the boot floor. So there you go, you've lost some, yikes. So if you get the mild hybrid, it's good enough for everyone. Get the full hybrid, you may have certain questions that may need to be answered, although it's already under the boot floor already. When it comes to the rear seats, well, the legroom is actually decent, it's somewhat good for this kind of class of car, but the headroom is rather limited for your 6-footers, especially if you do have the panoramic, I can't say it, sunroof, then that does eat into headroom. And I've seen that a lot in reviews, that all of them care to mention that. So if you are over 6 foot, then you can say goodbye to your hair and say goodbye to your forehead. Peace out. Handling and comfort. Now, of course, we don't expect this car to handle, This is a car that's going to take you, like I said, to the shops, to work, take the kids to school, take yourself to the hospital or your wife when she's pregnant. Yeah, that's all it is. It's a family car, So the handling, it really isn't much, There's somewhat body roll and, well, I don't really know what to say about the handling. It's just, there's some, but it's just not much and it doesn't mean anything. The comfort though, at least this is good, and this is what it's actually designed for. So the comfort is really good. You have soft suspension. Obviously soft suspension means that handling, and the rolling in the corners. But the actual comfort itself, that's decent enough, good for the family, and that's really all you need from this. There's literally, you don't need much else from that. Anything else worth noting? No, there isn't really. Not that I can think of anyway. So yeah. So what is the verdict? Well, it has a comfy ride, it has 4-wheel drive plus front wheel drive versions if you need them. Not that I think you would need them in 4-wheel drive, but it's there if you need it. The boot is a good size if you get the mild hybrid. It has reasonable legroom, small design touches like the lights and the grille, they're kind of cool, add to it really, and a decent laid out interior, it's just the way everything's expected to be. The cons, however, are limited headroom, and once again, don't forget, say peace out to your head, especially if you get the panoramic sunroof. I said it right that time, whoopee! Small boot size if you get the full hybrid model. Limited design flair, by that I mean the overall design of the car is just bland. But don't forget, it's not needed to look, cool and angular and aerodynamic and all that. And there's not really much handling to it either. And once again, exactly as I said, see above for details. So if you'd like to check out my personal channel, link will be in the description below. Right now it is just YouTube shorts of slow motion stuff and items, and I do that on my car channel as well, like I've just uploaded one. So that's that. But if you have a car you want me to review, then you can let me know in the comments below. A video planned is I might start doing dash cam footage reacting to it. I've put a poll up, but I've only got 2 votes, which is sad, considering my Top Gear ones get a whole ton of votes, which is ridiculous. So I've got 1 for yes, 1 for no, but, I think I'll give it a shot. I'll do 1 at least, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But yes, that does conclude the video. So if you guys enjoyed, please subscribe and like the video, as all YouTubers say, you know, specifically designed for it. And I'll see you guys in next week's video, which could be the dashcam footage, I'm not quite sure, but we'll see. Peace.